Hey, Scott Russell, a bit of a video of the future here, and it's probably not for the precious. If you're a bit precious, you probably don't want to hear it. I'm going to talk straight, I'm going to talk hard, and whether you can take that or not, I don't know. But it is what it is. My thoughts on this, 2024, as I've mentioned, it will be, the currency is already in collapse, the US currency, but we are going to see an accelerated and a proper collapse of the US currency. And I think 2024, before the US presidential election, I do believe Trump, whether he's aware of it or not, as I've said, is the tool that they are going to use to usher in a central bank or a digital currency of type into the US. The time frame of that, I don't know, but it will happen. Mark my words. It's the only way they can get the conservative Christians on board. I think that it's a very important time for each of us to understand, because people keep creating this reality and thinking that if they can lie to themselves and tell enough people that people are going to believe their lie. I want you to understand something today. Life is not going back to normal. Normal is gone away, and you can make a decision now to start to act on that. And you know inside that what I'm saying is right. This world is a great reset, and they are going to build back better. The great reset means the complete collapse and the doing away with the financial system as we know it. Central bank and digital currencies will be and are the way of the future. The time frame of all of that, it's more accelerated than what you and I think. I think it's a great time to actually look at all of that and realize that everything that you have meant dear to you in the financial, your home, your house, your car, your whatever it is going to change. The time frame of that, again, I don't know, but this 2024, we are going to see the acceleration of that. Stop living a delusional bubble that thinks that life is going to go back to what it was. No, it won't. And he who buries his head in the sand is bound to get burnt in the end. Am I a fatalist? Absolutely not. I am fighting to see these things on the time frame they need to be on, but I can tell you now, I do not believe that these people are going to go away. I've had people saying for years, oh, there's the white hat cabals. The white hats are going to step in. There is no white hats. It's not going to happen. These globalists are on every level of society globally, and it is something that has been orchestrated for decades. So make the choice. Am I going to listen? Am I going to start to act? I think you need to prepare your mind and say, how would you be acting right now? If you lost your home, you lost your job, you lost your car, are you going to be suicidal? Are you going to be somebody that sits and collapses? And, definitely do some prepping, but you're not going to be able to prep for years of this. This is the new normal. People say, I will never take a digital currency. And often those ones that are saying that are talking in fear. And that fear is telling me they'll be the first ones in the line to get it. They coerced people. How many people now have come back with the jab and said, I had to do it. You didn't have to do it. We all could have done it. We were all coerced into doing it. I didn't do it. Many others didn't do it. Why? Because we chose to say no. And if you let your line in the sand be a shifting line, they will get you there. Because are you prepared for the fact that you can't walk into a supermarket and buy your groceries? What are you going to do? Well, you can buy your groceries. You've got to take our digital currency, our digital ID, and our mark. It's coming. These churches. Well, if your church had you wearing a mask, they are part of the system. They're going to say, well, we have to obey those in authority over us. Okay, so what are you going to do with the mark of the beast? They're going to obey those in authority over them. They are scared. What they're saying to me is, they don't want to lose their way of living. They don't want to lose their beautiful building. They don't want to lose their tax exempt status. They don't want it because they're part of the system, the very system that's going to persecute people that are true believers, those that are truly in spirit and the freedom of life, and say, I'm not taking that mark. So I'm telling you, you can believe it or not. I'm telling you now, the world is changing. You are going to be faced with, will I take this mark and roll over so I can have normal life? Am I prepared to be an outcast of society and walk away? Because that's what's coming. You don't believe me. I hope I'm wrong. Someone, no, you're wrong. You know what? Right or wrong, I hope I'm wrong. But if I'm not, it's a heck of a gamble to make. I'm telling you now, be prepared. be prepared. If you want to know the facts of why, look at some of my other videos. There's more on they're stored on Facebook, 2 Free Scott. They're on YouTube. Sorry, there's a bunch of them on YouTube that you can get onto pretty easily. Get yourself prepared spiritually. For me, it's a relationship with Jesus. Not a religious one, but a movement of romantic love, spiritual romantic love, where God says, I love you. There's nothing you can do to earn that. There's no right or wrong you can do to change that. I love you. God is love. He doesn't do love. If you don't have people around your life that are love, then you need to get out of where you are. If you're with people that do love, you're going to collapse with them because you are insecure and you need people to tell you what's what. Get with people, get with community, get with areas where people don't do love. They are love, because that's something that's going to cover you. Love covers a multitude of sins. God bless you. Hey, we're in it together, and we are going to win personally, but we're definitely going to see some collapse of the world and the economy and the society around us in various levels.